Yes, I'm hot. If you're wondering if I'm hot, your girl is hot. You can see all those pickle holes. That's where it broke. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Got another order of the plant clips that I bought from Amazon, and I'm so happy about it because they just make keeping everything trellised so much easier. And so as you can see, this green crucia is just doing amazing. It's one of the few plants that did not get attacked by the vine borer, and it's continuing to grow, although it keeps getting attacked by the pickle worm, and it just drills a hole into the squash. And that's a whole thing, and it's frustrating to me, but I continue to let them grow so that I can keep the seeds from it. I am still considering how to cover them. I'm thinking a stocking is probably going to be the best thing, just because it stretches as well. And that just reminds me that I actually meant to get some stockings to get some stockings so that I could wrap the new ones that grow. I have not tasted it yet. Speaking of tasting, some of you were wondering about the seeds for the red Cory squash that I told you guys about last time. That was so delicious, so amazing. It's definitely about to be a staple. It's so interesting because that plant actually did get attacked by the vine borer, so it's not vine borer resistant, but it did grow beautifully. The vine grew very beautifully. We did get a good bit of squash even though the vine borer attacked the plant. So here is this. It is just all up on the fence trying to just grow, and you really have to be careful because they break. These vines break easy, and I made that mistake, y'all, and it was very sad. So you just want to try to be as gentle as possible when you notice that your plant, like if it already has fruit, I've decided I'm not going to do that because I broke one of our squash vines from the base because it had heavy fruit on it, and I was trying to move it out of our driveway or walkway where the mulch is, and I was trying to be as careful as I could, but it was just so heavy that it just snapped. So I was like, okay, that's sad. But we did get a lot of fruit from that plant, so I'm really happy. And that was the butternut squash plant, which is why I just decided to go ahead and harvest it. So I'm trying to get these before fruit gets on there, because it is almost impossible for especially a one-man job to try to do it, and it's very risky. I wouldn't recommend. So I'm trying to give this some support. But this would be one of my favorites, even though I haven't tasted it yet, as far as because it's growing very vigorously. It's very prolific. The vine borer has not touched one piece of this plant, but the pickle worm loves to drill into the plant. So that would be what I am facing, the challenge that comes along with this plant. And I do believe that each plant has their own challenges, honestly. It just, growing it just depends on if we have the knowledge and the resources and the want to be able to protect that plant from the actual pest, because everything takes effort. Everything does. And that's not a bad thing. I take effort. Just ask Thomas. I take so much effort, y'all. So I also wanted to show you guys the squash that I had over here that was growing, that was like this long. Y'all, it broke. It broke, and it didn't just break from the vine. It just broke from the fruit, which is so crazy. It was starting to turn its beautiful color. It did also get eaten or get affected by the pickle worm that is in there living. But I am gonna still harvest seeds from it. And then I'm gonna try to plant it. So you can see it did get affected by the pickle worm as well. Oh my goodness. It got affected, but I am still going to harvest seeds from it. There are seeds all down the middle inside the flesh, and so I am going to harvest the seeds from this fruit, and then I am going to replant it. So here's the other part. What I believe happened, because as you can see all those pickle holes, that's where it broke. So it just seems like whatever happened there, whatever they do when they go inside of there, really affected this part of the plant. And then as you can see, it kind of even looks like rotten almost, and then it just broke. This is the only one of its kind growing on the vine. The vine borer did not attack this vine, so the vine is still pretty healthy. So there's still a possibility we could actually get fruit off of this vine at some point throughout the summer as well. Oh my goodness, y'all. So I actually take that back. I took a really close look at the vine, and it did get attacked by the vine borer, which is so crazy because it's this hardy vine that is supposed to be resilient against the borer, and it was not. So right now I'm trying to think. I think the green cushaw is the only one that did not get attacked by the vine borer, not including the tromboncino, because that one didn't get attacked by the vine borer. It got attacked by the pickle worm. And so I was looking, I was like, wait, the vine is actually yellowing. So that means that it did. And I followed up the vine and I found where it did actually get damaged by the borer. I wanted to show you what I meant. So you see how the vine right here is yellow like the glove, and the healthy vine is actually over there in the middle. It's still green, but the one next to it, you can see right there where I'm pointing right there, that's where the vine borer got in, and it also affected it way up the vine. It didn't even do the base, which is something new that I've learned this year. I thought it would only attack the plant at the base of the plant, but that's not true. This is a good 2 feet up the plant, and you can see that it bored right into that vine. So as you guys can see, and hopefully hear, I finally got a mic, y'all. I finally just took the time to try one out, to get online and order one, and I'm hoping that it's going to be really great and I won't have to get another one. I oftentimes want to take you guys into the garden with me, but if I am just working with one hand, one arm, and holding the camera, because if I go too far, you guys won't be able to hear me. And so I really wanted to get a mic. I just did not take the time to research it. I felt like it was overwhelming because there's so many options you know. And the most expensive thing is not necessarily going to be the better thing, and all of it comes with a learning curve. And so I finally was like, okay, I have to do this. I absolutely have to do this. It makes it so much easier for me to be able to do some garden stuff that isn't necessarily like right there up on the mic. It gives you guys more perspective of the garden. So I think it's going to be great. And then I know some of you have asked before, like, girl, you need a mic. And then somebody said strap a GoPro on her head. Out of love. They weren't trying to be like mean or anything like that, but it was because I was trying to do that one-handed with the twine that day. And so I'm like, that's so true. Like, I really need to get it together. I really need to make this a priority. So now we get to be in the garden at all these different times while I'm actually gardening. I think I'm gonna harvest some of these vines. There's these little white bugs on this. I've seen them before. I don't know off the top of my head what they're called, but I know they're a pest that get on tomatoes. So let me see if I can show you. So this plant isn't damaged yet. I'm going to really just wash those off. I'm going to wash all of those off and then pop this in some water and see if we cannot get a whole new tomato plant. Wow, that butterfly is beautiful. So what I'm out in the garden doing right now is just that maintenance. I would say maintenance is 50% of the job. Just making sure things are pruned, making sure things are harvested, because that's a big one too. Not leaving things too long so that the plant can continue to grow and produce some type of fruit. Especially when the weather's bad, it's like really easy to just kind of not come out, but then that's not right. That is not right. So I'm trying to be a good steward, y'all. I need to come out and prune these things. I need to pull some things up because although it is June, it feels like it's July, August in the garden, and so it's really, really hot lately. And things are just looking tired. And the garden's going to do that. It's going to go through that, right? Especially at the end of the season, even though it's not the end of the season for us. It's like we have 3 seasons in one. So I would say it's the end of the first cycle for sure. Like the green beans are dying off. They've given us so many green beans. You know, I pretty much had the green stalks really pretty full. I mean, there were some spaces that didn't have anything, but for the most part, I had plants in all of the sections. And now they're dying back, and so it's time for me to replant. It's kind of like having another first of the season. So I'm able to get some of the tomatoes that are still really, really healthy and take some of the branches off of those and root them. You can put them in the soil. I like to root them in water because when you just put them in the soil, you have to make sure that the soil stays really moist. And it's so hot here that it's just it's more difficult to do it that way, honestly. It's better for me to bring them in the house and keep a close eye on them, make sure they're in the sun, and root them that way. It's more likely that they're gonna live if I bring them inside with me. So right now I'm just pruning the green stalk lots of those white bugs are everywhere, so I really need to come over here and just like spray them off, because they are soft bodied, and so they do spray off nicely. But yeah, I'm just trimming everything up, giving the GREENSTALK just some new life, and I'm going to be replanting in all of them. This is actually the first year that this pest has been in the garden actually, and it's everywhere, especially on the tomatoes. So it seems like it really, really likes it here. I don't like that it likes it here. I do want to encourage your heart, like if you're just kind of discouraged right now about gardening, is that everything is just, it takes time, and when you split your task up into smaller tasks, it feels so much more doable than, you know, doing all of it all at once. And I think that's true no matter what size garden you have. Not just a big garden, it can be a smaller garden, but stuff just takes time. It takes time, and it takes intentionality, and I get overwhelmed sometimes when I walk out because I'm not great at making lists and planning. So I walk out because I know that there's stuff that I need to do, but it feels overwhelming when I'm just like out here and I'm trying to just do anything. I feel like everything needs to be done, which is true. Everything does need to be done, but it's all calling for my attention at the same time. It's like having a whole bunch of malnourished kids, or, I mean, I guess not, because you can feed them all at once. You cannot tend to every plant all at one time. Like, you know, it's one plant at a time, one section at a time. And so when you go out, you'll feel overwhelmed if you don't make a plan for yourself. Which is why I decided that I was going to come out and I was going to trellis. I am going to use some scissors or some shears and just prune. I just added rinsing this whole GREENSTALK off. And that's okay. I could rinse this off. I'm just going to pull some of these things out because of those little white bugs. Because it's like with anything, once you start getting into it, you realize stuff needs more work. It's like whenever you go to remodel something in the house and you're like, oh my goodness, first of all, this took way longer than I thought it was going to take. Second of all, it cost more than I wanted it to cost. So I'm really happy with the way this looks. And then adding the heat on top of it, that really slows us up. And then adding the mosquitoes for me on top of it, that really adds it. But with this mosquito suit, y'all, I'm just living a high life. I'm living a high life. Yes, I'm hot. If you're wondering if I'm hot, your girl is hot. But I really want to be in the garden. And so since it's hot out here, but some days is way worse than it is right now, I feel like this is manageable. It's a little later in the day. It's better to come out in the morning, but a lot of times it's just really not ideal for me, even though I know the more we get into summer, I'm going to have to make it a priority to come out and do gardening stuff in the morning. And mosquitoes are actually a lot worse in the evening than they are in the morning. So, ooh, it's a cucumber hiding back here, and it's my favorite. See, the garden with its garden snacks, y'all. It's making your girl all happy. Yay! Clip those. The pickle ones don't like these cucumbers, which is so interesting. I have lots of thoughts about that. Actually, they aren't all good, you know, because I understand some of the things that go behind, you know, when we choose to grow like hybrids and stuff like that. But yeah, so I'm just cleaning up the garden so that I can just take it one day at a time, y'all. One day at a time. And I also want to be a good steward. And honestly, if I'm just honest, I don't like when it looks crazy out here. I don't. I like to walk into a garden and it's just like really nice. I know it's not going to be perfect all the time, but there's some things that's out of our control. But there's some things that are in our control. Some things we shouldn't be excusing ourselves from. Even though it sounds good. It's like, ooh, it's like I want the garden. I want to be in the garden. So I need to take care of the garden. It's like having kids, but don't want to take care of them, you know. Okay. And things just always look so much better. We've just been having so much rain and all of a sudden it's just dry out here, which is great for these tomato plants, I'm telling you, because they are on the struggle bus. And see, I like to pull all these things out, and yeah, it looks crazy at first, but I can come back through and pick it up. And I need to do that garden tour. I know we are way behind. I think the first and last garden tour was in May. I just picked a really beautiful orange tomato, which I thought was a lemon boy, but it actually may be a Carolina Gold. It's one of those, because some are really yellow and some are more orange, like this one. Put that next to my beautiful cucumbers. Yes, but I need to do a garden tour, even though I do feel like when you guys join me in the garden, there's a lot of it that you see, but I know that some people will only be introduced to the channel if we do garden tours, because that's what people are looking for. They want to see, you know, the full garden, and I get that. I like to see people's garden layouts too. I would prefer to do that than, you know, watch some of the other stuff, but because I really like seeing that beauty. The beauty in the garden makes my heart so happy. That squash is ready to come down. It's ready. It has pickle holes in it, pickle worm holes, but I still want to keep it and take the seeds out. So we'll put that right there. I think I might just pull this vine, but I just don't want to pull the wrong vine, because this is where our beautiful cucumbers keep growing. So I don't want to do the wrong thing. And then what if it just continues to grow? I think I'll leave that vine in there. Whoa, that's a big cucumber. I didn't even see that there. And I think I just cut something I didn't want to cut, but I cut it, so. Breaking and cutting stuff. Another one of those orange ones. It's really beautiful. I accidentally broke the vine, so I got some green ones too. Tomatoes in this bed just did not do well. I don't know why though. I honestly don't, but at this point I'm just going to replant it. There's something up with this bed though. I don't know what. I am going to replant. It's amazing when you hit that basil and the smell comes through. Whew, it is quite lovely. Quite lovely.
Did I cut the whole stem or just cut the leaves there?
Oh, yeah, you just cut the base right there. Yeah. Hey, sweetie, I really appreciate your help. If you wanted to, if you could get dinner warmed up, that'd be nice. Okay, thank you. So things are actually looking so much better after just kind of getting those dead plants pruned and taken care of. The garden is looking just so much healthier too. I love a good freshly pruned garden, y'all. I've been letting some of these bamboo posts kind of dry out. One of you guys mentioned something that I had never heard before, and that was if you put green bamboo into the soil, it can try to root. That has not happened to us ever, but it's not something that I ever want to happen. As much as how we dealt with the bamboo the way that we did. So don't ever want bamboo coming back. We're trying to prevent that. That's how our whole, if you are new here, our whole raised container garden in this area that we're in right now started because this whole area was a bamboo forest. And I have videos early on showing how we cut it down, had it dug up, and then we covered this area with 6 mil black plastic, and then we covered it with wood chips on top of the black plastic, and that's what began our whole container garden section. But we still have a ton of bamboo on our property, and so it's really nice to have that free resource on the property, especially when you have a garden. Because these bamboo sticks, I've seen them at different stores and they definitely make you pay. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm just trellising. I'm trellising while also pruning back some of these dead or dying leaves. And I'm trying to be really careful because things break so easy, especially if it has fruit, like I was telling you guys. But even the tomatoes, they will break. And the good thing about the tomato is like you can, you know, just root them and replant them. But it's still heartbreaking when you're waiting for it to put on fruit and then you break the whole stem. Like, oh my goodness. So I have this bamboo piece in there, and I'm just going to get a plant clip because the piece of bamboo is really thin. So I can actually use some plant clips. When the bamboo is really thick, I have to use zip ties. This tomato is actually really tall, which is so awesome. I'm pretty sure it's gonna grow as high as this bamboo. And then that's gonna be an adventure trying to actually get the fruit. I don't know how great that's gonna be. Trying to actually get the fruit. The birds might be way inclined at that point to peck him up there, but if it's all the way up there, what can I say? Oh, it just smells so divine. These tomato plants are really healthy. I have zinnias and the GREENSTALK that are getting so tall that I just use these little clips to trellis. I have tomatoes in the GREENSTALK that are growing beautifully, and I'm just going to use this pin to just trellis it to the GREENSTALK. A little baby squash is starting to grow. Actually have some dahlias over here. I just love mixing the different types of plants. See, I broke this one. Mixing the different types of plants. So cool to see such a variety growing in the garden. Oh, I just broke this. Man, oh, I broke it, y'all. This was basil. Okay. I might just root this part of the tomato again, because you can always use more tomatoes, right? And it's really healthy. So I'll just stick that in some water. Stick it in some water. Oh my goodness, the trellising and all of the pruning made everything just look so much better. And now I'm excited because the very next video is a garden tour, y'all. Thank you guys for sticking with me through the process. And I am looking forward to finally doing another garden tour. Is all I have for you today. Until next time, friends.